Okay, it's time to jump in and try the ride demo, which of course is Milestone's new motorbike racing game. Now, I don't know much about motorbikes other than the fact that you have two wheels, it goes very fast, and if you ride one for any length of time you're going to die by driving into a tree. Now, this game I think is probably trying to go along the lines of other Milestone's other games. I think they're famous for rally games in that it's going to be sort of in between simulation-y and arcade, sort of accessible but with a little bit of depth. Which would be nice if it's actually a decent motorbike game, because there hasn't been a good motorbike game, probably mostly because it's really hard to get the controls working well in a way that seems to work. It's always going to be abstract. But let's jump in to quick mode, see what there is in the demo. You just get a quick race, and we're going to pick this bike. It looks like the green bike from Road Rash, which is the one you had to save up for ages to get. Oh yeah, we got okay, I'm going to go for the green one, but that black, apparently it's British because it's by Triumph. These are probably famous bikes. I don't know anything about bikes. We're going to go for the green one because that was the fastest bike in Road Rash. Knowledge exposed. Kawasaki the Ninja ZX-10R 2014. The successful dynasty of the Ninja brand, which identifies the best of Kawasaki's supersport production. Is it? Oh no, not allowed to read that anymore. It's finished. I know, back onto it again. I don't know why it stopped there. Milestone have an obsession with pressing A. It's nice that you can read stuff on the load screens. I assume in the full game you'll be able to, read about all the different bikes, which is a nice little touch. Oh, there we go. Got to press A again. Bike settings, race options. Now, what I've done is I've set up. Let's put them on medium. It's got 3 laps. We've got rewinds. It's like that Colin McRae rally thing where you can, when you inevitably fall off your bike, you can press the top shoulder button and it rewinds. I've turned off the auto brakes, joint brakes off. But I don't know what the other brake button is. So we're just gonna ride with one brake. Probably not advisable. Anti-wheelie. No, we don't want anti-wheelie. We want a wheel. Tuck in manual. There's a button for that. I don't know which one it is. Ideal trajectory. We don't want that. Transition manual. Traction control off. We're ready. So I've basically set it up as best possible in the demo, in terms of me being in control of it rather than the game doing the controls for me. Before loading this up, I did have a quick bash with it on the default settings, and it's basically set up all mushy, so that someone that doesn't have a clue what they're doing can sort of wongle around. Now off we go. We seem a bit slow. Where's the tuck in button? There we go. Why is tuck in? Oh, you have to hold it down. Oh, not going to make this corner. Yes, we are. Now immediately, and the first thing I noticed when playing this is that it still has that sort of gloopy motorbike feel, which, to be fair, I'm not quite sure how you could make it really tight and then make it accessible. If you've played motorbike games that go for this sort of pure simulation aspect, or even that mountain bike freerider game, where they are really, really responsive, to me that's a better way of doing things, but it also makes them very, very hard to just drive at a basic level. This makes it nice and approachable, and sort of falls in line with Milestone's general philosophy of, I guess, approachable racing games. But to me, they don't have enough of that simulation to give longevity to them. But as far as bike games go, this seems all right in terms of first impressions. And let's remember, this is a demo, so you can't make too much from it. Oh, around the corner here. Now I'm going to change view in a second. I just wanted. I'm going to make. Okay, I'm going to make the corner. I was going to do some driving from this rear view, because I find in motorbike games, surprisingly, driving from the rear often is easier because you can actually see where the bike's going, because when you're driving in first person, well, you'll see in a second, the bike's moving around but you're not actually moving on the track, so you think you're going to make the corner and then you don't, and you end up with a fence impaled through your stomach. O'Connor, who's in last place, is faster than me. I probably should have put the AI on an easier setting. Let's go into first person view. Select normally the button. Oh, further back. There we go. Okay, here we go. So, yeah, it's really hard to gauge if you're actually turning or not, because the camera flops all over the place. And, again, other than Mountain Bike Freeride, which it's a free-to-play game, there's no other bike games I've played where I really feel as if the bike's going where I want it to go intuitively. You sort of have to learn how to play these bike games. What's strange with this is you can't lean with the right analog stick. Now, what I think would have been really nice and really addictive is if this incorporated some aspects of real motorbike driving, even if it's still abstract. But for example, being able to counter steer into a corner by maybe not using the handlebars or directly using the handlebars to counter steer, because I could see that blocking the actual input and really confusing people. But if you could use the driver's mass left and right with the right analog stick, and then to counter steer you just, say you're turning right, you just use the analog stick to the left, give it a little nudge, and that could knock the bike around the corner. That'd be really, really satisfying if it, you know, if it actually turned out to work. Might not work after, maybe they tested it, it didn't work, but intuitively speaking, I think that would be really nice, and I think it'd just be nice to, you know, have more, oh god, more control over the biker's mass and stuff, and how that affects the physics. Just using the left and right on the left analog stick to turn, it just feels a bit mushy, and I feel a bit dislocated from the bike, and which is contrary really to the whole spirit of motorbike racing. I've never ridden well, I've ridden a dirt bike, but I've never ridden a, you know, like a insane road speed bike, super bike. But I would have thought the whole spirit of it is, you know, that sort of feel of the G-force, the turning, how the bike moves, just the way you manipulate the bike around the corners, the flowing of it. All that is really where all the addictive mechanics are. Let's try and do a wheelie. Probably too high. Do high speed. There we go. No. Let's do it from the throttle. So all that is missing from this. It just doesn't feel... I guess it feels a bit fluid left and right, and I guess once you've learnt the tracks you could sort of get into the flow of it, but then it just feels like a bad driving game. So that's the review of the demo. It's not as good as a car driving game, but it's got bikes in it. Which is a bit harsh because, you know, if you like motorbikes, you probably like the different bikes in the game. They're probably handled different. You get to look at bikes, you get to feel a bit like you're driving a bike around the countryside. So I guess if you like bikes, you'll like this. But let's not just be completely negative. Let's try and put some positivity on. The graphics seem totally acceptable. I mean, the road seems a bit bland and flat in terms of the actual road texture. In terms of small subtle bumps. That's because I've been brainwashed by laser scan tracks in Assetto Corsa, iRacing, and some of the tracks in Project Cars. That's just, I think the road surface should have bumps to it now. Flat roads just make it feel like an arcade game. Oh god! Oh, there it goes! That's it, dead. Race career over. And that's why I'll never ride a motorbike, a super bike in real life. I'd ride a dirt bike if there's no trees too close and the track's nice and open, but I'm never going to ride a super bike down a country road like this. But the scenery looks nice. Oh, the music is absolutely terrible. I hope the full game has better music. It sounds like 90s MIDI music combined with some kind of free download track. So that's bad. But the engine sounds... You know, they're not going to blow your socks off, but it's acceptable. So, from the demo, really, I'm just not excited for this at all. It seems to have the same sort of vibe as the Milestone rally games. They're not bad. I mean, they're nicely polished. I'm sure the developers put a good deal of work into it. They've done a reasonable job on the graphics. I guess if you like rally cars, or if you like motorbikes in this case, and you just like dawdling through a game, then you might enjoy it. So it's not going to be unenjoyable, but my impressions from the demo are that I just wouldn't play this. Sorry, Milestone, but I'm sure it's the kind of thing that, you know, your dad or you know, some random person, people that happen to like bikes, are very casual gamers, just want something to do a quick bash on, and it could be perfectly fine for that. And of course, it does have a split screen mode, so that might be alright. That's not available in the demo, and you know, I don't know if it's got online racing. That's not available in the demo either. But you know, as a generic racing game, if you were to pick this up cheap when it comes out, and I don't think they sell them for that much. At launch they might be full price, but let's put the AR on easy and go again. If they sell this for a reasonable price, or if it goes down in price reasonably fast after launch, then you know, it's a perfectly fine racing game. It looks like it's polished and everything. It's just, for me, it doesn't it doesn't do anything special. And I'd really like to, as I say, I'd really like to have more emphasis on the driver leaning and a bit more depth in mechanics. But again, as I say, it's a demo, and I don't know if it's got the full physics, you know, enabled in the demo. They might have actually capped it down a bit. So there's always that to try out in the full game. Whoa. I say it is quite nice when you're in a pack of other drivers just leaning around the corners, and you know, it is intuitive to pick up and drive because it is so gloopy. But oh dear, going over the bump there. So I don't think it's bad, but not my cup of tea. So look at all these bikes go around the corner. We're going to overtake Mercia. I'm getting you because you're on easy. Oh dear. Oh, there we go. Same wall again, dead. Right. That's it. I was getting into it there. There's a nice little house on the left. They probably get motorcyclists through the windows every like other day, but other than that small problem with the property, it's a nice little apartment they've got, or house there. You know, with the road and motorcycles through the window. That's probably why they're selling it cheap. But that is a preview or let's play of the demo of, I've even forgotten the name of the game, Ride, of course, by Milestone Entertainment. Final verdict, not bad. If you like motorbikes, worth checking out. The demo, of course, is a demo. It's free. It's not out yet, so don't just ignore everything I said. You know, it could be completely different when it's actually finished. And just seems like another sort of generic racing game that's polished. But if you're really anal and specific about your physics and you want something really deep and annoyingly sophisticated, then this probably won't be the title for you based off my assumptions of the demo, which could be completely wrong. But thanks for watching this video. I hope it was enjoyable. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like it, follow us on Facebook. There's a link in the video description. You don't get anything for following us on Facebook. You just give us more Facebook likes, which is good for us and does absolutely nothing for you. But you should do it anyway. Thanks for watching and goodbye.